Hello and welcome back to the house vlog. It is September 15th, I believe. Let me double check on that. Yes, September 15th. I'm here in the morning. Amanda and I are going to record an episode, our first AM in the PM episode. You should go check out AM in the PM, aminthepmpodcast.com. You should check that out. It's a couples podcast that we do. We'll be talking about a lot of this stuff because it's a big part of our lives here now. But today, kind of wanted to document a couple of things that I was doing. And we were in the basement today. So if you're just joining, last episode or whatever, we did upstairs. We did a couple things up there. I'm in the basement today because one of the things that I would like to do with, this house being built in 1962, having multiple owners and stuff like that, I want to make sure that I'm not an electrician by any means, and I'm not going to mess too much with the actual electrical stuff, but things like wiring, like coax cables, other little random things that I'm seeing here and there. And mainly the big thing is going to be running Ethernet cable, probably not today because I don't have the Ethernet cable, but I want to try to think about that and try to get a plan, some sort of a plan in place, or at least see what we're working with. So I know that Amanda's parents, who lived in this house before us, they're selling it to us, they had Comcast. So I'm trying to just look around and understand. If you're not familiar with Comcast, there's Comcast and Verizon in our area. So just like, ISP and cable providers. What I'm trying to do, my goal is to see where that's all coming in and understand that whole thing. We're not going to have cable. We're not going to have Comcast or Verizon for cable. We're not going to have a home phone. We're just going to have internet. So it's going to probably simplify the process to a decent degree. I have coax cable in here, and why don't we just turn around and I'll kind of walk you through it. So we're going into the garage here, and so as far as an update, there was a little light here that I took off, but right here is what I'm assuming is Comcast. So it comes in right there from the outside. I gotta go check out what it looks like outside, but it comes in, then comes into this splitter. So there's it splits four ways, and then it kind of goes out to, presumably different parts of the house there. And so I was following a couple of them, and I don't know, because I'm concerned about this, because I don't know what the long-term plan is for us here. I mean, we're going to live here, but then if I ever rent this place, if we don't sell it, then, they might have to come in and do something like this again if I tear it out. But we're definitely not going to use it. That's the thing. And I like to really not use shit that I, not have stuff that I don't use. So if we're over here, I looked into this hole here, and there's a couple things that I want to see. This one I know goes down here. There's on the other side of this wall, there was a TV. One of them sure goes upstairs, and then one of them looks like goes even further down and goes upstairs. I was really intrigued by this wire right here though. I know there was a piece of furniture right here that might have had a light, kind of looks like, like a lamp light, but I don't know why the hell it's going up there. So maybe we should investigate that. Okay, so we're up in the living room, and I did a little bit of searching, and I think I found it, which is interesting because I was at this spot in the last update as well, I think. But if we just flip around here, we're in the corner of our living room, and right down here, we have what looks to be the same wire. Now, I have no idea why this is up here and down there. I don't know what it could have been to. Might have been again, I don't know, is that a I don't know. I'm just gonna pull it out. So let's see what happens. Oh. Because it's cut on both ends. Literally does nothing. And I'm not sure what that was to. So let's go double check what that was to. Back in the basement. It is no longer there. And it was poking out on the other side of this wall, actually. It went down the wall and then was in the gym game room area there. Excellent. we have made our house more minimal as far as wires and unnecessary shit goes. That's fantastic. So we got that taken care of. Now, I still want to deal with the coax thing, but I also want to show this over here because this is, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the scenario over here. This is, let me flip around. This is our panel, obviously. I think I know what this fuse box here is too, but I'm not 100% certain. So we got to figure that out at some point. I don't think it's in utilization, obviously, because there are no fuses. The fuses are there. I think this is just something that we'll be removing upstairs. But obviously this is our panel. I want to label this because I don't believe that's labeled. Maybe it's a little labeled. I don't know. That's not the cause for concern right now. What I'm looking at here, and where you can see it's not painted, is there was a little battery pack here, and there was this Verizon box hanging on this wall. Now this has not been in use for a while because I don't think they've had, there's no, I don't remember the last time Fios was here. It's probably been a while. But I took this off, and my reasoning for taking this off is because we're gonna get Verizon for internet. And I had Fios at my parents' house, and there's like a bigger box, the size of this, almost like a panel, like called an ONT. And then the signal comes in there, and then it gets shot out to everywhere for internet and such. It goes to your router, and then, whatever. But my point here is that this was on the wall, and now I have this cable right here. And again, this is where I really start to be careful, because I don't know what the fuck, I don't know anything about, being an electrician, but I know enough to do some things. So this is our thing here, and I'm assuming this is like the line that comes in from outside. This is like the equivalent of like a coax, I guess, or like this is maybe the fiber line or whatever from outside, like Verizon's, because this goes up, and this is, gotta be careful here. Like this is why I didn't want to mess with this, because this cable, there's two wrapped up here. This one goes into this panel, goes up, and I believe in right there. But then this other cable right here, I saw it somewhere. I think it's here. I think it's this one that goes outside, comes down, ties it, tied to this, and then into this guy. The point that I'm making here is that I'd like to get rid of this shit. I'd like to have no traces of Verizon, in the house when they come, because I want whatever the new thing, like, because they probably wouldn't use that anyway. Maybe I should just let it hang there. I don't know. But I also just want to understand, because I like to understand what's going on in, a house that I'm going to be owning. So I'm pretty sure this is, like I said, coming from there. I got to double check on that. I want to go outside and check on this side, like just to see what's going on there, just out of curiosity. I guess this is a Verizon side of the house, and the other side of the house where we were in the garage is the Comcast side. Maybe, I'm assuming, I don't know exactly. It's still kind of confusing, because like when this was in here, was there anything else that like did more wires go somewhere else to fuel, to power those coax, or like to send the signal through there? I don't know. We'll find out here. Let's see. Randomly also, because I'm standing here and I was like looking around this room, I don't know what this like shut off valve is to, but I want to find out, and I want to label it, because I think that's an important thing, like labeling your panel and such. I think that's an important thing to do in a house. So I'm gonna do that as well at some point. All right, well, I'm on the Verizon side of the house, if you will, and this is extremely telling. Obviously, I'm gonna need to chat with the Verizon people when they get here, because I'd like to rip the stuff off the wall of the house that we don't need, and I'm pretty sure we're probably not gonna need both of these. So, yeah, and then we have some cables going up there. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Yeah, probably replace that awning too while I'm at it. But yeah, this is good. I don't know, it's a random thing that goes down there, random cable that goes down the wall here, but it looks like actually most of this stuff is outside. I would assume, I don't know, there's Bell, that one says Bell Atlantic, this one says Motorola. I feel like this is the Verizon one, and it's just on the outside, which is strange to me. But I want to try to see if I can like get in here, just like understand again kind of what's happening here. And I don't want to touch anything that will electrocute me. I think I'm generally kind of safe, but warnings. So, all right, well, that is where we're at currently still trying to figure this out. Low air conditioning. All right, we'll check back soon. Yo, so I got this thing off here, this thing off of this, because this is the customer access point. And just so you know, if you try to do that, there was like 2 large bees nests in there. So be careful. Be careful if you do that, because that's a pretty big fucking bee's nest. Luckily it was unoccupied, but yeah. So we'll take a look at this. I don't really know what I'm looking at, but at least it gives us a little more of a picture, I guess. Yeah, that's where we're at. So a quick update here on the back. I should have kind of showed this before, but I think I showed it in the walkthrough or whatever, but maybe I'll insert a clip if I have one. But we have this vegetation here on our right side, and I'm not sure, I think the property line is actually probably about almost 10 feet from the driveway here. So like this is we got this mini jungle here that I'm trying to tame right now. And I got a lot of it, it's kind of in this, you know, wheelbarrow type thing. And just want to get this kind of like under control, because there's a few trees like right there on the corner of the house. You can barely even kind of see in there. But I think we might end up, big tree in the front, and then we might also end up taking out some of these. Like there's a tree right there, if you can see that. Focus, yes. So there's definitely steps right here. There's like stone, like steps here. And there's a couple steps back there. Can't focus on it. Focus there, yeah. So like, you know, just a lot of little stuff there. Working on all of that. But, you know, yard work, home ownership. A couple more little updates here. I flipped the camera around there. Right here, there was more of a jungle. Now there's less of a jungle. We put that kind of in there. I gotta put that in bags or something like that whenever we go to throw that away. I'm not sure if we'll end up keeping that little cart anyway, but talk to our neighbor as well. Happy about the way this is going, and trimming up some of this stuff. I get that tree down in front. As far as the vegetation, I hate vegetation. That is, I just hate vegetation, but we'll deal with that accordingly. We are looking good there. That is awesome. All right, so a couple more things. There's a couple nails in the mortar there, and there looks like there's a white line there. You can probably see that. It looks like some sort of adhesive. There had to have been something there. I don't know if it was like a little awning or something, but it's not there anymore. And there was like 3 nails just like pissing me off that were like in the mortar somewhere. You can see maybe like a couple of holes, and I ripped those out of there just because there's no reason for them to be there. I'm probably gonna replace this little light here as well. I took the bulbs out because I'm pretty sure they're burnt out, and that thing is, the sensor is broken up there. So we'll probably replace that, not a big deal. It's a nice thing to have, definitely want some bright lights outside. Okay, now if we go back in the garage here, I did a couple things. I'm gonna have to actually close the garage in order to show you. So, look up here. Nope, I hit by the thing. So, this is actually kind of pretty comical, a couple of these things. So the first thing is, you can see here, we're probably gonna replace this, what's it called here, the garage door opener at some point. It works fine now, but I like smart garage door openers and other smart devices in homes. So I had that at my parents' house, and I think that we might end up doing something similar, but not right now. That's not a high priority. What is like just random little stuff, because this is my forte, is, you know, like we saw with the wires and things, getting little stupid stuff out of the way, just kind of cleaning up. That's what I really like to do. There's this piece here, obviously holding in the what's it called, the garage door opener, this little piece of like metal. There was 2 of them, like right here and right here, that were just literally doing nothing. They're probably from the last one or whatever. So I took those out. There was just 1 bolt, got that out of there. Replaced the light bulbs in there. They were incandescent before, so now they're just like little LEDs. And then same thing with this guy over here, which we're gonna need more light in here. And this is where it gets really funny. So like I replaced that, just an LED. But then I was like, you know what? This is so weird how like there's no light in here. And I was over here and I was like, there's a switch right on the wall here. And to my knowledge, I don't think these do anything. Hopefully they're not doing anything. I can't see any, I can't see them do anything. And then I like was looking and I was like, what the fuck? Like, whose idea was this to put this here? And I was like, oh, maybe I can just, no. It only pulls down. And obviously you're not gonna be able to pull it down. So, yeah, that was kind of funny. I'm not sure who authorized that, but oh well, not a big deal. Just comical. Because I'm sure the bulb in there is burnt out, and that's why like that those switches probably do something like that. Not super concerning, and if we do ever change that, maybe we could just move it. Like right here would be a great place, like right in the middle of the thing, middle of the ceiling, middle of these two things, because this guy's kind of like little coming out. I don't know, it's wobbly, but not a big deal. Just kind of cool, making little small improvements one at a time. Next little thing that I'm thinking about here. So at this point, I'm not sure if like I'll release renders before like this point or whatever. I'm just kind of all the videos are a weird timeline, but regardless, I'm just going to tell you about it now, and then if the render video is out, I'll put a link or something somewhere, but it'll be on my channel because I am going to go over exactly what we want to do to the whole place. But we're in the basement right now, and this is the door out to the garage here. There's the basement door down there, and right here is this little, almost there's like a furnace or boiler thing in there, but like this area right here, we're gonna have a TV on this wall, and this is tentatively gonna be like a gym workout area. So if I could back up a little bit more, that might be helpful. So I'm gonna try to get some boxes out of the way there. So here's the plan. There's gonna be a TV on this wall right here. Where this shoe thing is kind of like symbolizing like a shoe cabinet, because we're either going to come in through that door or that door over there. So just that's the best place to put that. But we don't have that shoe cabinet yet, obviously. And then I'm not sure if there's going to be a piece of furniture. There's probably not going to be. That's not important. But there's two things that I want to do, and just like kind of thinking about this, forward. I was talking about this earlier. I think I have it somewhere. This coax cable, right? So this is a coax cable, and it was going to the TV that was here before, and we're not going to need it. So I think I'm going to pull that one out, because I don't know if we're going to need any of them, and I don't know, like I said, the long-term ramification stuff, if we rent it or whatever, it might be a pain in the ass, but I'm not really worried about that too much. It's probably all going to get ripped out because that's the way that I am, but this is definitely going to get ripped out. I've just made the decision. And the other thing is this little guy down here. I'm pretty sure this is just like a phone jack. And we're absolutely not going to have a home phone, so that's going to get ripped out too. So let's do that. Hey, so we're checking in here. It's September 15th, around 9:30 p.m. Amanda and I had some dinner. Then we recorded an AM and the PM episode on our kitchen table, our new, place, kitchen table. And we are now in her old room, which is going to be our office. Hi, Amanda. Say something to the people.
I have no idea what brand lipstick this is.
She doesn't know what brand lipstick this is. So, yeah, it's kind of a mess. Working on it, getting it tamed here. Just as an update, there was a desk and a little hutch thing there. We moved that out. We went through all that, moved that out. We're not going to keep that. And yeah, eventually going to get the bed over into the other room. That is going to be our bedroom.
This smells like gingerbread man.
Gingerbread man. Nice. A lot of makeup. A lot of makeup. But yeah, gotta go through the old shoes and dressers and such. Move these out of here at some point. Obviously rip up the carpet. Don't know how we're gonna do that. We got the bed there. So, but yeah, we are moving and grooving. We'll update you soon. So it's a new day, September 16th. It's a Thursday. I'm gonna do a little bit. We slept here last night. Amanda and I did. It is hot in here. It was a little hot, and then like Amanda turned the fan on, and it was really cold, and I had to come out here and sleep on this futon. So that's where we're at. Yeah. So as far as the reason for this clip here is I want to just kind of show the current state of it, because in a couple hours we are going to have, I believe, the final like little inspection thing or whatever that they need. It's a little weird because we don't have real estate agents in this transaction, and it's just like within the family. So obviously we're in here before we closed on this. But the inspection is for like occupancy and just like, I guess, livability. So I think we're basically talking about like carbon monoxide detectors, smoke alarms, fire extinguisher, like stuff like that. And just make sure the walls aren't like caving in and everything like that. The place is obviously completely livable, and we meet those requirements with those safety fire marshal stuff. So I just want to kind of give a quick little once over of some of the things that we tackled like last night, and then I will check back in after we have that inspection thing. So let's just go through. We are in the living room, and out here we have Amanda's old furniture. So, a little nightstand, her desk, the hutch that goes on there, there's a mirror, there's a little like makeup card stuff. If you know somebody that wants this, I don't know if it'll be gone by the time I put this video up, but hit us up. So that is that. And then really didn't do too much more than the living room. The kitchen, we filmed a podcast. Our first podcast in this house, we filmed it over there on that table. That's not the podcast studio, but it was in the house. So next week might be in the studio. And then not too much else in here. Kind of just leaving the podcast stuff here because they will be here from now on. And then in here, actually, before we go in there for 1 second, I want to talk about this thermostat because I saw online there was a deal for Nest thermostats. And it was, they're normally like $130 for like one of the little circular Nest things. And it's like down to $109, but I wasn't going to buy it because there's 2 thermostats in the house and I'm not exactly sure how it all works, but maybe we'll get a Nest thermostat. I don't know. That's a question for my dad because he's an HVAC guy. But in here, this is what we were kind of tackling because we're at an impasse here with the room. Because that desk and everything was here. We went through all that. We got it out. Big garbage bag. We got some other stuff that we need to take care of. But here's the deal, right? If you're looking at this house, there is a fundamental problem here. There is stuff in here, and there's carpet in here, and there's hardwood everywhere else now because we ripped all the carpet up. So, with where we're at, we need to. I guess we could just come over here. We could just paint this room fully. And then do the flooring, whatever we decide to do there, which probably I'm really leaning towards the vinyl at this point because it just seems like it's a better idea for several reasons. One, consistency throughout the house. We could just do all vinyl. I'm pretty sure refinishing is going to cost a decent amount of money anyway. And then also, the other thing is that I don't think this hardwood is that, I think it's actually kind of thin from this one spot that I looked at, like in the kitchen where it meets. I could be completely wrong, but I can't see, the problem is I can't see the subfloor from the basement because every like ceiling texture down there is closed. So I don't know, we'll talk more about that. But the point that I was trying to make is that in this room, we need to paint and we need to address the floor. Right? We need to paint the whole thing and address the floor, and then we could start putting stuff in. And this bed over here, taking up a large mass of that room, goes over here. So we should probably, I'm assuming, kind of, order of operations, maybe take care of this room and then get everything out of this room. But I do want to rip up this carpet and I want to get that process started. So maybe it'll be a mixture of both, but I just don't want to move the bed and then have to like move it back or anything like that. So bed's not going to move until this room is done. So just trying to get some order of operations things down and trying to get all that going. And I think our tentative close date is the September 30th. So excited about that. But other than that, just kind of, getting the floor all going and stuff, and the carpet in here, and then getting this cleaned out, and we're gonna be good. So that is pretty much the old update there on where we're currently at. We're moving, a lot of stuff happening. I don't think we did anything too much outside. Might have to take care of a couple things now to think about it. But yeah, that's it. I will check in once we, with an update of that inspection occupancy thing that we have coming up. So look forward to that. All right, let's go. All right, so I'm cheesing here because the occupancy code person, real nice dude, he just came by and we chatted, and he kind of like walked through the place and everything like that. And it was good. There's a couple, there wasn't really anything, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk back through the house, and kind of mimic the kind of conversation that we had, or just like point out the things, because it was interesting, and there was no let me talk about my initial thought first. There was no like checklist. There was like I never got a checklist from the borough, from any of the people. Like you go through title, you go through mortgage and stuff like that, and they're the ones that tell you need this, in order to sell a home or buy a home or whatever. And there was nothing. Like, I mean, it's amazing how like this whole process. I can't wait to get to the point where I make the video about the process, because it's been good people. I'm not blaming the people, but the process is so terrible, just from my standards. Which, like, I just feel like this could be so much easier if the information was more transparent and more easy to digest. Because I think that I'm somebody that can understand shit pretty well. I just think it's like if you don't deal with things like this and your mind doesn't work in a certain way. I'm off on a rant here, but I think a lot of people have a lot of like. I understand why people think, oh, buying a house is so crazy, because it literally is, unless you do like so much of your own research, because people just don't tell you shit. Anyway, that's a topic for the other video. What I want to do is I want to go through this, because this is a big update, and I think it's a big hurdle that we have basically overcome now, because I think we're pretty much good. So we came in the front door. I don't even think he opened that door. I don't even think he opened the closet door. He went in, I think he went over here first, over here into the living room. I explained the situation that, we're doing some work. He seemed fine with that. It wasn't really anything crazy. But this is, the radiator and everything like that. I think that was cool. Didn't really see anything. It didn't even seem like, I thought he was going to be looking for like electrical things or something too. Had nothing to do with that. This was just a really good learning experience for me. I don't think we opened this door. I mean, again, they're just linen closet and pantries. There's nothing here. The other one was a closet. We talked about the kitchen a little bit. Complimented the stove, kind of cool. Runs the water and stuff. Just makes sure that's that's fine. Checks in the fridge. Not too much else really. The big thing was like smoke alarms, and the huge thing was smoke alarms and like kind of carbon monoxide. But I don't even think he saw that until I pointed that out to him. So. That was, again, just interesting. But there is like, there's smoke alarms like there and elsewhere and all that sort of stuff. We got to get like one more, and just shoot him an email and say that, hey, yeah, we have, an extra smoke alarm there. But yeah, I mean, it was honestly really simple. I mean, he went in the bathroom and like just ran the water and just made sure everything was cool. All I'm saying is that, like, it wasn't anything crazy. Then we went down here, in the basement, and same type of thing, like, checking for like smoke alarms. We looked in the garage and stuff, standard laundry room and all that. And then, another smoke alarm, things like that. So, I don't know. It wasn't a crazy thing. I asked a lot of questions. Actually, the bigger thing was the fact that I asked questions like, can I, like, if I need to do something because I'm a first time homeowner and I'm not originally from the area, do I need to like ask about things? Do I need to like who should I direct some questions to? And because we want to take a big tree down in the front yard and stuff like that, and it's just these are questions that I want to make sure I have the answers to before we just start doing things, and I need to know who to run them by. So he's actually somebody that could field those questions. So that's awesome. I love making connections. I love just meeting new people that can, assist in different things that we're trying to get done to and stuff like that. And this is great. I'm enjoying this. We got nice neighbors. We got nice people that work for the borough and things like that. I'm happy. That is the update. I think I'm probably gonna, if I do these in vlog style, probably gonna end this video here because I'm going home now. I gotta go to New Jersey this weekend. A lot of stuff. However I piece this together, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you guys in the next one.